Await my command.
Hey there, team. Welcome to something disastrous. I think it's disastrous. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Oh. Oh, no, maybe not. What is this one? Not what I thought it was. Oh, maybe it is. Let's see, we'll see. Oh, I'm assuming that this is what this is. I thought I played as Ulfang. Oh, we'll see, we'll see. Either way, this might be a fight we did as part of a tournament. If that's the case, then this this goes pretty bad pretty quickly. But I mean, that's the whole point of, well, that was one of the whole points of me starting the YouTube channel way back in the day, was to analyze my my gameplay and try to sort of understand where I went wrong and what I could have done differently. So that might be the case here. If that is, then of course we're just going to be sort of analysing what I'm doing, what maybe I could have done better. Keep in mind, of course, this is from 2 years ago now, and so on, but still, we can hopefully learn something. I'm playing as Angband, and say I've mentioned before, Angband I think is a pretty reliable faction to be jumping into. That armor is always a good thing, and heavy numbers is it just matches the way I play really well. Got my thralls out front, the wretches behind them, double trolls there too. Scourge is a goth mod. I've decided to grab the Scourges again here, it seems. I cut them off on the flank. Okay, no, they're going in. Yeah, bit dangerous to have them hanging around by themselves without a shield. Arbalists, of course, to actually do the real range damage. The thralls are just there to soak up enemy fire. Halberdiers, armoured up. Halberdiers behind them. Tormentors as well, with these armoured up Ravagers. Bulldogs, again, armoured up. Legionnaires, again, max, that's double armor upgrades for the Legionnaires, so very similar actually. Oh, the only difference to the last time I played as Angband is I got some Wolf Riders, it seems. So again, no anti-cavalry bonus, and not really much of a charge bonus on these guys, but there's quite a lot of them, and they're pretty sturdy, so they can kind of jump into an enemy cavalry unit and hold it in place. Just kind of catch the enemy cav to make sure that my infantry lines are really doing the killing, don't get slammed. Panthan, as I say to my left, has got his elf socks of Himring. Again, when I was playing this, at the time I was playing this, Ulfang was quite a new faction for me, so I think I've got a decent idea of them, but yeah. Then over here, the elf hunters manning this ballista, and again, this is Panthan. He's got double ballista today, but it's only 2 actual artillery pieces in each unit, which does make them a bit more mobile, I guess. Over here, Despoilers, Marauders, Thanes, and in the front, these Eastron Nomads, mounted little, very lightly armoured horse archers with these fangs, or the fangs of the faithless, up front, which to me looks to be like quite a high tier, well, sword and board, but archer hybrid unit there, perhaps. Despoilers on the left. Oh, no, he's moving them back here. Interesting. Well, I think because we've got that artillery advantage, we maybe want to benefit from that. That might be the thinking here. Anyway, last guy we've got is Alfie, playing as the Minion, so we are a full evil force today. He's got his Hishperkraz Howlers here, a detachment of them mixed in with these long fangs. Scarahide Pit Fighters in the back there, much lighter. Well, the whole Dominion is quite lightly armoured. Some hunters there, just detachment, 83 of them. Some Chexcaras Chosen, double, about the most are armoured up. Am I seeing any armour upgrades for the boys? I can't quite tell how you tell the difference with them, but they can pack on a bit of armour, especially when you upgrade them. But of course, Dominion's real power are their wargs. He's got his Hishpukraz Missile Cav anyway, so some javelins, some little jav cav there. Looks like they've maybe got a spear on their backs too, so quite menacing. Over here, Luxcara Gulkup, maybe? perhaps. I will improve as I go through more of these solemn fights. Looks to be, I mean, I'm not seeing any shield, which always scares me, an unshielded warg, because a warg is such a big model to shoot an arrow at. So not having a shield is so scary for me. Let's just take a little screenshot so that I don't forget here. And hey, some wargs in the nice frozen forest is quite pleasant. Yeah, so maybe this isn't... Ooh, maybe this isn't a tournament fight, but we'll see. The fact, because I remember in the tournament fight that we did, it was actually on Umad's channel, so it's out there. But I'm sure we didn't have artillery. The fact that we have artillery and we seem to be kind of anchoring around Panthan's position here, I deploy very quickly. So, well, and I like, so I've already locked myself in, but I think I'm probably going to be maybe doing a little backtrack toward Panthan, and we'll see what we've got. Anyway, first off, our opponents today is Boris, Mr. G Monster himself, playing as Gondolin. He does have some artillery, and you can see he's got 4. He's got 4 artillery pieces in the one unit. So again, less mobility, but same amount of firepower. Guarded by the Axemen of the Gate of Bronze. Very cool looking, actually. But anyway, they're opening up on me, and I'm quite a tight formation today, so it's a bit scary. We'll see how effective that is. Axemen of the Pillar behind him. Retainers of the King, mixed in with some of the Phalanx of the King. Absolutely stunning, goodness sake. Very, very sturdy, going to be very difficult for even my halberds to get through, because we will be outranged by their pikes. And then the Spearmen of the Swallow. Probably some hidden units dotted around here too, but again, Gondolin, you're not going to get the massive armies. Stewie, next to him, playing as Feanor. He's got his cavalry, of course, that's one of Feanor's real powers. That alongside they're just solid armour across the board. Over here, some Riders of the Pass from Stewie. Footmen of Himring, packing on the armour today. It looks like he does have some humans to pad out his numbers. The Accursed of Alcolonde. Over here, the Requeni, some of the finest. Well, they're not knights, are they? They're just melee. Oh my goodness me. Let's. Oh dear, I don't like to pause. I don't like to pause, but I need to get through this, and I do want to see that too. I do like to stick on like 0.1 speed, so that we don't have the big pause symbol. But we'll just have to take that L today, because we are taking some serious artillery fire. Stalkers of Thargelion over there, just detachments, but again, gives him some flexibility. Shield Bearers of Helivon just to hold that line. They won't get many kills, but they will keep our forces back, and the Huntsmen of Thargelion there too. Of course, when you're playing as Feanor and you're going deeper into your elite elves, you do need to pad your numbers with those humans. Stewie over here, he's got his mounted company of Himring, some defenders of Aglon, and some more Huntsmen of Thargelion. So yeah, well, just like a lot of humans across the board. I guess he's just gone quite heavy into numbers, making sure that he can hold the center position. Center seems to be where they're kind of at their weakest here, because Stewie's got a lot of his forces backing up the flanks. Over here, we've got Lord of Belagost playing as the Elves of the Falas today. He's got his Scouts of Brithombar, 2 of them. Horse Archers there. Marines of Brithombar. Seafarers of Brithombar. Over here, somebody not from Brithombar, we've got the Marines of Erendil. Only 19 men? What is that? Huh. Okay, cool. I don't know what's caused that, or surely it's not a 19-man unit. They're not super elite, the Marines. Anyway, sorry, I'll try and keep an eye on them. A double catapult, so that's 8 catapults. So me thinking at the start of this, I was like, oh yeah, we probably got, you know, two units of artillery. We can sort of match them artillery to artillery a little bit. Nah. We are utterly outmatched in terms of arty. So we've got some decisions to make. Then Aaron Kierlim, some Marines of Eglarest, 2 of them. Up here, the the Marksmen of Balar, 2. So then let's go to 0.5 just to see these early artillery strikes against us. Coming flying into, Alfie's swarms of orcs can take this, but gosh sake, that's a tremendous amount of firepower there. I thought for a second there was more arrow fire coming in, but no, that's just snowfall. So a bit bloody, but keep in mind that's 8 artillery shots. 8 catapult shots coming in. How am I faring? Because I know that J Monster's going for me. You can see me sort of pulling back. I always do this. I start in like these very, very tightly packed, thick, multi-level layered formations, which are just so juicy for artillery strikes in the early game. Maybe though, because I was already planning to fall back, I'm not seeing any massive losses. I think I got away. But, so yeah, so I've got away, and I'm going to be able to sort of maybe reorganize a little bit, come forward a little bit more carefully. Anyway, let's go to 1 speed for now. Okay, so you can kind of see Stewie guarding the center with most of his human forces, which is going to allow him to use his cavalry quite freely. With the enemy having this massive artillery advantage against us, usually that would kind of force us to go on the offensive. You can see Alfie has had to reveal what he's got back here, these swarms and swarms of wargs, which you would expect from the Dominion, of course, the people of Sauron, the werewolf lord, having a lot of wolves at their disposal. So we've got the decision to make right now. Are we just going to try to tank these hits? Or are we going to try and just offer up our lower tier units and spread out formations? You're seeing the Eastern Foragers. Looks like Panthan's coming over to bat. Oh, no. Yes, this was the plan. For whatever reason, we decided that I would be better in the middle. We're all in voice communication during this fight, so you will hopefully see some good coordination between everybody involved. But for some reason, Panthan and I decided that no, I need to be in the middle. You're better on the right flank. I think maybe he had a more active cav presence. You can see here the nomads, raiders, the 2 units of raiders there. I think that was our thinking. So we sort of split that out, and I think the decision as well, Panthan was going to leave the ballista here to back me up, or at least leave 1 ballista here to back me up. Could be. As I'm trying to remember conversations that I had a long time ago, but I believe that's the case. I love this map. I love fighting on like pretty flat terrain that is broken by things, you know. So yeah, broken by just this hamlet here, I've called it, but it really is. It's quite a substantial village, maybe much more than a hamlet. So anyway, we've got some pushing forward there from Alfie, and yeah, Belagos has kind of maybe realised he's not getting the kills he needs right now, so he's holding fire. Again, you can kill heaps and heaps of the Dominion and not really make your money back. As long as he's hiding his important units or keeping everything very spread out, it's going to be tough. But I'm loving this engagement. So I'm, moving forward into Stewie's forces here. These humans, the men of Helivorn and Thargelion, they are great. They really are good. They're not fodder by any stretch. But my infantry line is power here. So this is going to be a beautiful thing for me to engage up through these sort of tight passageways when I can really just sort of leverage my super powerful units to barrel our way through. You can see here some damage maybe done by that ballista. Let's go to 0.8 just for a little bit. I know a lot of people don't really like going through things too slowly, but as what I would suggest, the way that I watch all sorts of Total War content is 2 times speed. Please, check out, just pop down there, and I think I talk a lot better. My voice sounds a lot more natural when I'm sped up. I'm a very slow talking guy. You can see here, we're not the only ones that have been doing this sort of repositioning. It looks like Stewie's sending out some of his lighter forces to back up his cav over here. The huntsmen are fantastic because they do have those spears on their backs, so you can kind of, mistreat them a little bit. And it looks like the spearmen of the Swallow, again, a spear-wielding bowman. So that's something that is pretty scary for us to deal with. Well, I don't really care. I'm not coming up with cavalry, but it's going to be an issue for Panthan. So, perhaps a little bit displeased by the spread out forces of the Dominion, he's decided instead to pour his shots upon my tightly packed formations. Definitely something I should have foreseen. You can see here my poor halberdiers taking down a 180 from 212, at least 203. Yeah, so I'm trying to sort of spread myself out a little bit better, but this is much more damage coming into me now, or, even just hitting my arbalists. Ow. Very unpleasant. So definitely something I should have been aware of, something I should have been looking at as I was coming over here, but I guess something else was just holding my attention as I was repositioning. A bit of a stinger. But over here, to sort of make up for that slightly, I'm pouring my shots into these tightly packed human lines. And again, those heavy shields are going to resist a lot of that. But I'm not. I see my thrall fire is not. I'm not aiming to get kills with these guys. So you know, any humans that I'm dropping here is a little win. Is a little win for me. You can see in this position now. Something I should state now. For some reason, I've got worried feelings about this. I don't know if we get an ending here. There should be, if you check the description, there will be a little notice in the description. If we don't end this, if it does end in a crash or something like that, then I will have stated that in the description. I'm just starting to get this worried feeling that that's what happens here. If it does, then basically, if this is released on, say, a Friday, then you probably notice that there's some sort of crash. If it's released on a Sunday, then if it does crash, then I still think it was very, I still think it was worth being like a major battle. So usually that's what I tend to do, is just if there's a battle that maybe, you know, let's say it crashes or there's something that happens in it that I'm a little bit disappointed with, I'll usually release it on a Friday instead of a Sunday, which tends to be the day that I try to release my main battles. But it's just, I'm starting to see some signs, I'm starting to remember a few things. I think this might be, yeah, but we'll see. Sauron's over here anyway. Just narrowly avoided those two shots from the artillery. Didn't avoid that one though. Oi, oi, oi. Alfie was probably thinking he was safe tucked in behind there, but no, they thread the needle through. So that's a lot of money down the drain for us. Took a few volleys, hopefully, of artillery, but losing Sauron. Oh, that's a stinger for our attack. But again, hey, ammunition is being spent, and we've not spent much at all of our ballista. You can see over here how everything's going for Pantham, sending these Eastron foragers up. A little bit tired there, these boys. Running through the snow can be a little bit draining for them, I suppose. And being very sort of lightly armoured, you can see the amount of archers that are coming over here to fight Ulfang. You know, there's not that many archers that are coming my way. That's why I'm seeing all of the artillery being spent coming to try and smash me down. Again, wretches, I don't really care. You know, Dark Lord energy perhaps flowing through me here. My fodder can take these hits. I'm content with that. And javelins as well. I was more than happy to see the stalkers pouring javelin fire onto my thralls Angband. Really is just any hit I see these guys take is one less hit that's going into a Hamlet. That is actually, you know, going to be winning. But I don't want these guys to break. I don't want them to run away. I do want to use them. I do want to, you know, use their ammunition. But I don't really care about, say, their DPS. You know, you can have. I'll let you drop them down to 50 guys, and then I'll try and make sure I tuck them away until later, so that at least I can still use their ammo. Over here, Alfie's coming forward again with his sort of low-tier archers. Hishperka's hunters, they're backed up by the howlers. These locked morale, sort of very, very fanatic, drugged up, perhaps little orcish creatures, moving in to, well, perhaps charge the elven lines. Because they are locked morale, you can mistreat these guys. You know, a little cavalry charge that would break something else is not really going to be a big worry. But with the loss of Sauron, I'm sure Alfie wants some payback. You're seeing this mob of cavalry moving around the left. The mob of wargs, really. I always find it weird to call them cavalry. It's just wolves running through the forests there. Looks like there's about to be an engagement over there. I'm not quite ready to have my engagement. I'm still quite content to soak up as much ammunition, kind of as long as he wants to shoot my thralls. You're seeing here I've moved up this fresh unit. Did I get the other one away? I have gotten that one back. So you see, that's generally the way that I like to use those fodder archers. Get them stuck in, get them soaking up ammunition, and then pull them back. There's about 50. Managed to get that one away with about 41, it looks like. So then they'll just be pinging away for the rest of the fight, hopefully from a much safer location. There is risk in it, of course, but that's generally very high risk. So Eastron Nomads over here. Again, let's just... Oh no, we do have engagements. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's try to go 0.7. We will miss 0.8. We will miss things, but as I say, I don't want to go through too slowly. The spoilers here looks like they've just broken, unfortunately, but they've done some damage to the guardsmen of the heart. Lots of firepower getting drilled down. And Panthan's assault looks like to be some more despoilers breaking on this side, but it's allowed the raiders maybe a chance to come through, getting in amongst Stewie's lines. And this is my fault for not pressing Stewie as hard as I should be. Stewie's able to sort of micro, he's able to send the cavalry over here because I'm not really bringing the pressure to him in the center. And I really, my allies are really getting stuck in on the flanks. I need to be following that up. As much as I'm quite enjoying the way that my little engagement's going, I need to be opening my mind and opening my eyes really to what's happening around me. I should be able to batter through that if I wanted to come forward with any considerable strength. You can see over here, Dominion clashing in. Again, yeah, the main sort of assault from Alfie is being committed here. The Chosen coming forward, not enjoying that fight. Okay, no, it's getting a little bit better over here. No, it's staying bad. But if the Chosen are struggling, that's not going to be a good sign for the rest of the line. Over here again, Chosen really struggling up against the Aaron. Well, yeah, okay, I'd expect everybody's going to struggle against the Aaron. Over here, Howlers, yeah, getting gutted, but a lot of morale. But Alfie has managed to use his wolves to come around, get some slams into the back, but there's heaps and heaps of Cav, these scouts of Berthombar, coming in trying to lock him up. On the left flank, again, all across the main line, Alfie seems to be having trouble, but that's what would be expected. But this far left area, he seems to be doing some good damage, either just a mixture of throwing weapons or just with his cavalry getting stuck into the mounted company of Hemring. Their little charge into their flank. A lot of those quite nice and expensive horsemen dropped. I would expect them to be able to hold their own a little bit, but yeah, these are no joke. These Orcs. But yeah, again, with this aggression, you can see I'm sending some troops over now to come and back up Alfie's assault. This is something that I often will do, but again, I was far too late to see this happening. I was far too late to see these guys and back them up. Usually if I'm not really content to come in for an assault in my area, I'll start to split my troops around and try and back up my allies' assault. But I'm far too far away to help Panthan right now. And you see the Requeni again, Stewie's able to use his power very freely to come and pester my allies because I'm not pressuring him enough in my area. And I don't have the mobility that Stewie has to come and back up my allies in the same way as he does. So I really should be slamming my infantry, forward and really like giving a big signal of, hey, look at me, fear me, which I'm just not doing it. Unfortunately. Hopefully I come forward with a bit of a charge soon, but we'll see. Either way, sending some troops over to back up Alfie, so hopefully we'll get some good damage done there. You can see it's most of a lot more of J Monster's forces are having to engage now against the Sons of Ulfang. Again, shots coming around the flank. This is all the way from the Elves of Falas on the far right flank. So you see some great coordination from the Elven forces today, as even the far right troops have come over here to back up. We've got all three of the we'll call them maybe defending forces today, fighting Panthan at once. And again, I could be blasting up through the middle here just to really scare them and either cause them to pull back or break their lines wide open. Here these are not my wolves, these are still Alfie's wolves, these very numerous wolves. My legionnaires coming into the back of the catapult, are coming all around the catapult crew, just trying to wipe this out, make sure that they don't end up recapturing it or anything like that. We've got some explosions here today. I don't quite know who's doing that. Is that maybe something from these Marines of Erendil? I think so. Maybe that's the reason for their sort of very low unit size. They perhaps throw these grenades, and maybe they are actually a very elite unit. Yes, they do. Aha, interesting. Well, very brutal, but very interesting. Right into the backs of my poor legionnaires. those huge sort of fireballs really blasting away on me. But we're doing okay. Ow, goodness sake. They seem to be, and it's repeating as well. It's not just one blast. These balls get thrown out and they seem to burst about 3 or 4 times. Scourges of Gothmog. So yeah, you can see more and more of my troops are coming in toward Alfie's lines, and where that's happening, like the Dominion and Angband, they work very, very well together, because generally a lot of the Dominion's infantry is quite glass cannony, and of course Angband is much more solid, able to really take the hit. So when you can work side by side together, it's fantastic, and I really should have come forward a lot sooner to come and help with this push. But well, I'm here now, and we're making some good progress. But still, I should be pressuring the main line. So many of my troops just waiting back there. So many of my trolls that could be coming forward, doing some work. There's so little arrayed against me in the centre here. I need to be getting involved. I need to be breaking through these lines. Because over on the right flank, unfortunately, Panthan, again, being pretty much alone. Like, I'm backing up Alfie a bit, and we're having a little sort of orc and orc alliance on the left, but unfortunately our human allies, our dark human allies, are just about broken here. The only, you can see from the minimap, looks to be the only sort of final defenders being the sons of Ulfang in a bit of a circle here, and once they do fall, that's going to mean all of the survivors here, all of these Gondolin forces are going to be able to come on forward, and it's not just the troops that's going to be the problem. It's going to be the players' attention that's going to be able to be fully focused on one section of the line. It's a big issue. But I think it was maybe the catapult that was scaring me, but I should have just gotten thrown in. Oh, dearie me. Pyre wolves there. So we've got some tricks of our own there, just burning through the backs of those rangers. Maybe a quick little rear charge might have been enough to get them broken at that point, but either way, they're not really long for this world, those poor guys, down to 42, and yet you can see maybe a charge from Alfie, or being considered anyway, to finish them off, those rangers, as they pour shots into the Chosen. Got my halberdiers engaging here, a bit of a messy engagement for us, but again, I just need that catapult gone. I need to make sure that they can't capture it, basically. Iron-Shod Legionnaires struggling up against these humans, backed up by a few of the elves. Still some, well, those marines are very... Fancy, yeah, Erindale. Those are the very fancy guys. Unfortunately, that is our general dropped, and that's caused a big break from those Sons of Ulfang. So the elves will start to be able to come over toward us fully. Wolf Riders, I may not have a massive charge bonus with them or anything like that. You can see I've given them an armor upgrade by the looks of things. So, or maybe not. Maybe that's how they look at as standard, I believe. But just coming in now, even without a charge bonus, you can do some great work with a charge. And the Scourge of Gothmog don't need too much support anyway. Scourge of Gothmog mixed in with the Chixkara's Chosen, that's actually flips it on its head. It's one of the more stubborn of the Dominion army, well, units, mixed in with one of my more fragile, aggressive units. But they seem to be working very well side by side together. Even the mighty elves, the retainers of the king, coming forward to come deal with them. That might be a bit too much for us to deal with, though. Just got Huro sending me a message there on Steam Friends. You won't see that pop up, but there's just been a release of the Illuminate forces for Helldivers, which is very, very nice. We finally, I don't know if we've got their full roster, but I've seen there's a few new units that popped up for them, so that's very, very good to see. It's very long time coming. I'm a big fan of Helldivers, of course. I do want to check that out. Over here, the company of Hemring taking a beating there from the Hunters. Hunters not a very high damage arrow, of course, and that's something that the Feanor cavalry can really do well. Get my Troll Guard coming in. Oh, nasty break from my Legionnaires. The Troll Guard are hopefully going to be able to stop this push back. No, keep running, boys, keep running. Because we need these guys to hopefully come back from routing. My Troll Guard are not going to enjoy that fight at all, but something needed to stop this so that these guys can hopefully come back from routing. Footman of Hemmering somehow getting round behind me. Very unpleasant to see. Oh, that's good though. Very brutal move. Holy smokes. That's a lot of burning guys there. These... Are more of them? No, but a lot of them are definitely hurt by that Pyro Wolf strike. Very good move from Alfie there. And definitely saving our back lines for a minute. Shooting in all directions now. Looks like maybe the catapult's absorbing a bit of that damage, but Alfie's still in this game, certainly. That is, well, saying that, that's Alfie's general just dropped. My halberd's coming forward there to try and go toe-to-toe with the axeman off the pillar. I'm engaging the main line now, and you can see this is really, like, this is going in our favor, of course, but this would have gone happily in our favor 10 minutes ago. This is really where I should have been pushing full on. As soon as the engagement started on the right flank, I should have made my goal here in the middle. Even up against of course, the shield bearers of Helivon. This is not their fight. They're gonna take a while. That good shield, that good spear defense is going to help them out, but this is a very powerful halberd line. I do even give them sort of a melee upgrade too, of course. We're receiving some hits from rotten meat there by the looks of things, or maybe just no, I think it's just, yeah, he's just using the stones. He's not using fire shot against us, but I'm just hoping I can maybe out damage him with my arbalists. Quick little charge here into the side. I need a unit to come up and answer to that, so maybe the thralls are just going to have to try and engage them for now while I rush forward some of my other troops. The Ballista team from Panthan coming around, my wretches on the right flank. More of the Ballista team, the 2 units of the Ballista team coming in. Wretches coming around. We are flanking. We're flanking. So we're both sort of flanking each other right now. These footmen are hammering, holding the line. At least I've got some good AP from the Ravagers. Pulled off a little charge against them, but need more than just that AP if you're wanting to deal with an exceptionally experienced elf like that. And the Phalanx of the King is absolute fear. What I need for that is I need my crossbows to rinse those guys. Really is my only choice. Over here, Arbalist is still taking a beating. Legionnaires coming forward, Arbalists opening up. Ballista crew in the back. Goes the left flank fairing. Seems the right side of it we're doing okay, but across the bulk of it, their cavalry is running free around us. Maybe a handful of scourges remaining, just 8 scourges, trying to slice and dice what they can. Some legionnaires, these were the guys that routed earlier, they have managed to come back, but I guess I'm microwing elsewhere. A bit too much to have spotted that just now. About to get backstabbed too by the retainers of the king. I at least got a quick counter charge against them, but I don't think these guys will be very long for this world. But at the very least, they'll tire out the retainers just ever so slightly. Before that quick rear charge finishes them off. So we've lost on the left flank. So it really is now just, have I played the game okay? Have I saved the necessary tools to just do the work in the middle, maybe? And can I barrel through the Feanor lines? Oh dear me, can I barrel through the Feanor lines well enough before I get absolutely peppered with or blasted with artillery strikes? You can see the real swarm on the right there. My tormentors coming forward. I think maybe even using a bit of a shield wall push there just to break open the phalanx of the king lines. But a unit of that quality of pikemen, they don't really mind that you're messing up their formation. They're still going to be very, very happy. Bulldogs coming forward. That'll be enough to deal with the footmen, though. But if I lose them, as I've said before, as much as I like Angband, as much as I sort of do, I think they're a very, very solid faction. When you lose your general, you are in trouble. Ballista crew in the back there. Need to make sure that we don't get slammed in the back, which you can see the scouts of Brythonbar coming forward. I've turned around to try and face them. We do have the Ballista crew. Good. Panthan's coming over to try and back me up with a little bit of that spear assistance. And I think that's why he's kept these guys back. Yep, I'm getting the announcer is updating me a little bit. I don't know if that's coming through. Legionnaires having an okay fight there. Not loving it, but they'll get that sorted, I believe. And now there is something of a front line, but we've just got the risk now. If we zoom out a little bit, you can kind of see the mess. The left flank is going to be curling around and really surrounding me. And I need to try and make sure I'm as comfortable as I can be in the center of this village. as possible, and then maybe that can give me some time. If we can secure the middle, then at least we can treat it like something of a siege, maybe, and we can do okay. The tormentors are actually really quite enjoying that engagement. I guess pushing through and messing up the phalanx of the king has given me what I wanted, and of course the AP from the tormentors is helping us out an awful lot. You can see there is no real order in the phalanx of the king. We have battered them up, and there's bulldogs on the left flank, spear guard of the Iron Crown too. Got a lot of power over there, and again Panthan's just doing his absolute best to make sure that I'm not getting backstabbed by cavalry. Some wretches of Angband over here as well, just trying to keep the cavalry back. Go to 1x speed, we should be fine from now. Scouts of Brythonbar just battering back and forward, trying to get my arbalists in behind the spear line, which looks like I'm able to do. Again, just
they will burn in hell for this shame.
that was the announcer just letting us know that's the last of the Dominion forces. So wherever those pyre wolves were, they've either been routed or destroyed, unfortunately. But Panthan's sort of guarding that position, guarding this position. I need to bring my wretches back to shore up that line a little bit further. Because you see, where we're having these infantry engagements, we've even still got the some men from Panthan, these Ulfsarks of Himring, providing again a tremendous amount of damage for my very solid line, which is even enough to threaten and push back the Elves of Gondolin by the looks of things. They're bringing all of these, but at least they're battle damaged, these guys, if nothing else. Certainly my men are battle damaged by this point too. Still got some Troll Guard battering in. And yeah, as long as we can keep the cavalry off us, we can grind. We can grind for quite a while. We can have a good time there. Tormentors with that AP. Arbalists just coming in point blank near enough. Getting these crossbow bolts into the Elves. If you want to try and... Oh, we are taking some hits. It looks like the scouts of the tree with those little slings coming at us, which will be painful, because of course we do rely on our armor and those little maybe I'm sure they do. Are those little stones AP in Silmarillion as well? You can see the ballista crew taking arrow fire, slowly dying. My wretches, I'm not seeing my wretches. Oh no, damn, it looks like I sent my wretches into melee there to shore up the line, well, to back up the main line. I really should have used the wretches to be alongside Panthan's ballista crew to try and stop any cavalry movements. Some very bold cavalry movements here. Perhaps I should target that with my oh, dearie me, that was a well pulled off charge. But hopefully we can surround them with the tormentors. No, they're sliding out. Those very swift little horsemen. No, we're catching a few of them maybe. But it looks like they're going to be able to get through, getting amongst my arbalists. Quick little point blank shot against them. You see now that the infantry have arrived, these axemen of the pillar have come in from behind. The ballista crew that was defending there, the elf hunters, are going to be overwhelmed by the infantry push. And the last real power that I've got, my 2 units of crossbows are locked up by the enemy cavalry. So yeah, we'll kill a few more, I'm sure. Well, I hope, but it will not be long. Well, and of course, all that we need is for my general to fall. And then it's game over. Just take up the team. But yeah, okay, so this is not the battle I thought it was, and we didn't actually get a crash, which is great. We might, for some reason, I still feel we get a crash toward the end of this, but it's very clear which way this is going by this point. I really would have loved to see what would have happened if I was more aggressive here. I can be pretty cruel to myself because, of course, this was from 2 years ago. But yeah, I should have been far more proactive. I think I saw the enemy artillery, and I was just in my 1v1 mode, which was a case of just coming forward with my skirmishers, because I was loving that. I was loving, you know, I was soaking up so much enemy fire, and I was suffering so little damage. That was my general dropping there. So yeah, you're seeing I'm going to be breaking across the line very, very shortly, I think. So the whole situation was going very, very well for me in perfect, just absolute textbook. But it was only going that well for me because there was so much power being spent on my allies to the left and right. I should have far earlier. I should have sent my Wolf Riders over to Panthan. Not so much to do damage, but just to help him with enemy cavalry, help him catch enemy cavalry. help his raiders do some more work, maybe. Should have sent them over to him, maybe even a unit of trolls too, fast movers, because I wouldn't have gotten infantry over to him. It would have taken me far too long. And then I should have sent, far earlier, I should have sent a halberd unit and a unit of legionnaires to my left to help out Alfie with his attack, because again, and maybe even the scourges. I love the way the scourges worked over there. But again, sent them far earlier, because by the time they got there, Alfie was already, there was already just a remnant of his army, and we did some great work together, even just with that. But the main thing I should have done is just barrel through. While that fighting was happening, I should have come forward like a damn sledgehammer in the middle and just put some fear into these elves. And I think that would have absolutely, it would have changed the game for sure. So I think, if I'm being kind to myself here, I think it was a fear of artillery. I think that's what I was worried about. It was a fear of artillery that was stopping me from getting shunted in. And there's so much cover I could have gotten just stuck in. Yeah, no, definitely mistakes were made, but pretty fun little fight. Of course, I think it was pretty enjoyable. Of course, I racked up the most kills, but that is simply because I had the most favourable engagements at the very end. That's not. You see my bulldogs doing quite nice. Scourge, all right. The Scourge is actually. Keep in mind, the Scourge were fighting like the Retainers of the King, but still, one of these halberds getting absolutely beaten down by the looks of things. Dearie me. Spearguard of the Iron Crown doing quite well. Tormentors, oh my god, the Tormentors did great. I really was chuffed to bits with the Tormentors. Legionnaires just did their job. Ravagers needed backed up. I came around that flank with the Ravagers. I should have had a unit around next to them. That was a bit of a mistake. The Thralls, dear me. I mean, I know, again, they're not there to do damage, but I like to see my Thralls getting something. And you see the Arbalists had so much ammunition before they were surrounded and taken out. And again, had I come in earlier, my Arbalists wouldn't have had to be worried as much about being stabbed in the back. They could have used up all of their ammo. But yeah, all in all, and the Troll, hey, Wolf Riders, nice. So yeah, you can see you can do some good work with Wolf Riders, because I mean, it still is a cavalry unit slamming into your back, so it still is scary. But no, hell of a fun fight. Really cool. Again, you can see massive numbers, and again, that's the problem, because I was just such a numbers heavy unit. I should have been the one that was taking the damage for us. I should have been the guy that was taking the hits from enemy archers, taking the artillery slams, because I had the numbers to spare. Whereas my allies were just a lot more glass cannon, a lot more damage to be done. I think as well, I mean, of course, losing Sauron was a big stinger for us, but it wouldn't have changed the game dramatically. No, but anyway, a whole lot of fun. Really cool. I love fighting in villages and stuff. I love fighting where there is like some big centerpiece to anchor sort of the battleground, and you're kind of, we had these open field engagement. Well, we had a forest engagement on the right, we had an open field engagement on the left, and we had an urban engagement in the center. And I think that was something that was so cool. I'm always a big fan of this map for that. Anyway, cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm glad it didn't crash. That was what I was worried about. So yeah, cool. Thank you guys very much, and I will see you later.